Looks like we have a couple more people coming in. We're just going to give everybody about 1 more minute. So just it's a 1 minute warning and we'll get started. Welcome, everybody. My name is Luke Guest, and I am an account manager here at Flexpipe. Please note that this webinar will be recorded and will be available when the webinar concludes. I've been with Flexpipe for 18 years, and during my time here, I have spent several years in the field installing fittings. I'm here to tell you that the process for fitting installation and reporting information to consultants on site representatives needs change. For years, the field personnel have been manually writing down information on a pad of paper tucked into the front pocket of a pair of muddy coveralls, and at the end of the day, trying to deliver that information to the QC on site. As you can imagine, this leads to questionable reporting at best. It's time to modernize. We are thrilled to have you join us today as we dive into the technology that modernizes pipeline installation and QC. Today's webinar, Digitizing Pipeline Installation, The Power of Flexpipe Pulse, will be presented by Soman Mohapatra. Soman is a product manager that specializes in digital technologies here at Flexpipe. Soman holds a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Calgary and has a background in engineering and project management. He has experience in oil and gas as well as mining, where his focus has been delivering initiatives that drive safety, operational efficiency, and productivity. At Flexpipe, he focuses on innovative digital solutions like Pulse to deliver value to our clients' pipeline installation. We encourage you to actively participate in today's webinar. Please use the Q&A panel within Microsoft Teams to ask questions, share your thoughts, and engage with our speakers. Any questions will be addressed at the end of the webinar during the Q&A section. Without further ado, Soman, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you for the introduction, Luke. Let's get started. The oil and gas industry has been getting its reputation hammered for years. The public safety and environmental impacts of past pipeline leaks is a major factor. It has contributed to billions of dollars in delayed or canceled projects. It's simply a risk that the public is not comfortable with. Recent tariff actions have changed this dialogue, but we as an industry need to be proactive in sustaining this momentum. Installation quality, asset traceability, and ownership of risk is more important now than ever. Today, I'll give a brief overview of Flexpipe and our products. Then, I will get into the Flexpipe Pulse digital platform and its benefits, and show a brief video on how it's used. Then we will talk about some upcoming features, and finally, I will talk about how you as an operator or contractor who buys and installs Flexpipe can implement our digital platform at your company in order to realize all of the benefits of digitizing your pipeline installation process. At Flexpipe, we understand the industry need for quality control, traceability of installations, and better risk management. We sell and install spoolable reinforced composite line pipe for mainly oil and gas applications in the 2 to 6 inch diameter range. Our product has less environmental impact and is lower cost to install and operate than equivalent steel pipe. This is because our pipe can be unspooled to install, requiring much fewer connection points, less land use, and no welding. The pipe also doesn't corrode. Our pipe-to-pipe coupling fitting can connect 2 lines to make any pipeline as long as necessary for your project. However, we didn't just stop at having a lower cost and more environmentally friendly product. We developed a digital platform called Flexpipe Pulse for our field technicians to deploy and install pipe in an efficient manner that ensures quality, accountability, and traceability. Our field technicians have this process down to a science. When they're out there in minus 40 degrees on site in the trench, they know that they can rely on our platform to help them with their paperwork and asset tracking requirements. Our technicians focus on what's most important, to safely install pipe for our customers and projects around the world. The Pulse platform was so successful, we expanded it to include external contractors who deploy Flexpipe products as well. And we've gotten some great feedback from our early adopters. Flexpipe Pulse simplifies project management by allowing technicians to complete paperwork on our mobile app and by providing real-time data access for project admins. Key benefits include instantaneous reporting and GPS tracking for full visibility of installations, web portal access to project data, leading to reduced emails and calls, improved cost tracking, and increased contractor compliance, and a mobile integrity app for logging GPS locations, completing paperwork on phones, and automatic emailing of quality documents to admin personnel or the site inspector. Now, I will present a video that goes into detail on exactly what Flexpipe Pulse is and how it can benefit you as a purchaser or installer of Flexpipe products.
Welcome to the future of pipeline installation with Flexpipe Pulse, the ultimate digital toolset for seamless project execution. Flexpipe Pulse is a cloud-based platform that provides full visibility into pipeline installations, reducing risks and improving reliability. The Pulse mobile app simplifies capturing digital quality records on site, enhancing traceability and accountability during the installation process. With Pulse, you can easily upload technical references, project data, and images on the daily field report, and report details such as installation status and weather conditions in the daily update. Our web portal offers real-time updates on installation progress and quality metrics, keeping your project on track with easy access to all required documentation. Flexpipe Pulse allows seamless communication between end users, contractors, and Flexpipe as the supplier.
Hello everyone, my name's Soman and I'm a product manager with Flexpipe. Today, we'll be going over how to use the Flexpipe Pulse mobile app to complete an installation of our 3-inch 601 series Flexpipe onto a 3-inch flange fitting. Let's go ahead and open the app. Jobs will be assigned to you by an admin in the My Jobs tab. Here, you will see the customer and other details for various jobs. Let's click on the job we have assigned to us for today. Since we're installing this flange fitting on a pipe, we'll need to click on the Daily Field Report section. Let's add a fitting. Now, we're going to hit the Scan button and scan the fitting barcode. And then hit Continue. Before we start the install, let's put in the fitting details and pipe information. We'll put in the installer name, which is me. The fitting type is a 3-inch 600 series EL flange. The GPS coordinates are automatically entered based on my phone's location. And for location, we can put Flexpipe facility. Now, we enter the pipe serial number and at what meter mark we are at on the pipe. We need to visually inspect the fitting to ensure it's free of any damage and defects. This fitting looks good, so let's go ahead and click yes. The pipe's fiberglass layer must be wetness checked before we can crimp our fitting on it. Looks like it's dry. Let's put that information in. As you can see, we marked the insertion distance and the minimum distance the clamp can be from the end of the pipe. Let's go ahead and say yes to both those items on our checklist. For our 3-inch 600 series flange fitting, we have 3 locations that we crimp at. The markings on the fittings indicate where the crimper needs to be. We want to crimp this fitting at 9,000 psi for 20 seconds. Let's click on 9,000 psi, since that's the pressure we just witnessed being used. Now, let's go ahead and wrap the pipe and fitting with tape. We have wrapped the pipe and fitting with petrolatum tape and pipeline tape. So let's go ahead and click on yes to both of those questions. For this install, there is no anode kit, so we can go ahead and click no. Here, we will upload pictures of the final wrapped product. It's also a good idea to upload pictures of the wetness check as well as the pipe and fitting before it was crimped and before it was taped. We should also update the GPS location if the final location of the fitting is different from the install location. Here, we can put any comments that we have to add for this specific install. And finally, we can click on Fitting Done and sign our approval on the app. We can add as many fittings as the job requires. After we're done, we can email the daily field report to a supervisor, the site inspector, or anyone else who needs this document. We also have the option to download it on our phone. After we've finished our installs for the day, we can complete the job by finishing the daily update section. Here, you can report the weather, the temperature, the good, the bad, as well as any technician notes you may have. You can also attach relevant pictures. Let's click on Complete Daily Update. This completes the job on the app. You will be sent an email of the relevant documentation based on what you filled out. This can be part of your quality control package that you can send to the site inspector. Now, let's take a look at the job we just completed on the Pulse web portal. On the Pulse web portal, we can view the jobs that are completed and in progress. We can see the locations of all the fittings on the map view. We can see the job we submitted on the app is now shown as completed. We can access the daily field report here. We can also see all the fittings installed and the relevant information on them, as well as the pictures we took. We can see any feedback we put in the app in the feedback section. Any additional pictures we put are also visible in the pictures section. The daily field report document is the official quality record for the fittings you install for every job. It has all the relevant project and fitting details, as well as the pictures you uploaded from the app during the installation. This concludes our overview of the Flexpipe Pulse digital platform. In the video, you just saw how our digital platform is used. At Flexpipe, we continuously strive to use technology to make our products and processes better. In the next few slides, I'm going to go through the benefits in more detail and outline new features coming down the pipeline. Over 23,000 fittings have been installed using Flexpipe Pulse since 2019. We have heard stories from customers and our own project teams on how Pulse has allowed them to get a much better understanding of problems on site. This lets them get ahead of any issues that they may not have otherwise been aware of. Our own applications engineering team also uses it to answer operator questions around traceability of their pipeline infrastructure, sometimes years after an install is done. Pulse acts as an effective backstop for lost or incomplete documentation on the operator's side. At Flexpipe, we don't just sell pipe, we offer piping solutions. This makes Flexpipe more reliable than other composite pipe manufacturers, who generally don't have the same digital ecosystem we have. API 15S is an international specification for spoolable reinforced composite line pipe used in oil field and energy applications. API 15 SIH lays out the recommended practice for the installation and handling of this kind of pipe. Some items it recommends includes visual inspection records, pipe layout plans, and record retention for the full life of the pipeline. Using Flexpipe Pulse gives you all of this. It can act as an effective backstop if other documentation is missing, lost, or damaged. This can be useful for integrity management of pipelines as well. By using the Pulse platform, you are aligning your company closer to the API spec. It's also beneficial to show regulators that you're meeting or exceeding the spec and local regulations by using the electronic records that Pulse provides. We've actually had comments from regulators that say they prefer this over paper documentation. We know flexibility is important to our contractors. We're testing an enhanced version of the Pulse mobile app, which allows contractor technicians to set up a job, fill out the required fields, and submit the job all by themselves without any involvement from an admin person. This could be a game changer that allows contractors to get all the benefits of using the Pulse app on Flexpipe installs, and it wouldn't require any interaction from an admin person in the office. They can issue jobs to themselves on short notice and on days when office staff are typically off, such as weekends and holidays. This would also reduce the amount of training contractor administrative staff need in order to use our platform, freeing up their time for other tasks. Our planned resource library on the Pulse platform will give you access to all the necessary documents for your role as a contractor, operator, or engineer at your fingertips. You can also join our email list and be notified anytime there's an update to our technical bulletins or manuals, or if a new document is added to our resource library. This feature will keep you up to date on our installation practices, new products, and technical bulletins. You'll truly have your finger on the pulse. Some feedback we've received is that once technicians use the app, they can't imagine going back to the old method of writing things down on paper. Cole Forbes, one of our Flexpipe field technicians, used the app while doing an install in Slave Lake in -40°C. He said that the process was so much easier than if he had to fiddle around with a pen and paper in that environment. An admin at a contractor company who installs Flexpipe told us that as someone who relies on those documents, the app has significantly improved the process. It ensures he receives the information immediately after the job is completed, eliminating issues with lost or misplaced paperwork. Paperwork is susceptible to getting lost, damaged, and being unreadable, especially when filled out in the field. Usually, the information is stored in a binder physically, which is located in a record storage room. At best, it's scanned manually and stored in a company's servers, which may or may not have a functional document management system. What's unfortunate is that majority of the industry, including other pipe manufacturers, haven't really bothered to consider the benefits of digitizing. The Flexpipe Pulse platform benefits our operators who purchase pipe, contractors and field technicians who install the pipe, and us at Flexpipe as manufacturers of the pipe. It's a win-win-win situation, and we've already done all of the hard work of building the platform on our end for others to use. Other benefits involve acquisitions. If the acquired company is using Flexpipe Pulse, it makes it a much easier process to manage the onboarding of that company's pipeline assets. With benefits and acquisitions, increased compliance to API 15S, regulator preference for electronic records, and so many other plus points I've already mentioned, using our platform should be a no-brainer. But we need your help to make this happen. As an operator that buys Flexpipe or a contractor that installs Flexpipe, you can learn to use our system with very little training and effort on your end. All it takes is for you to make the decision to use our platform. Operators may already have access to this documentation and system if Flexpipe field technicians do your installs. First, reach out to us to get access to our web portal. Then, we'll train you on how to use the platform. It should take about 15 minutes. Finally, you'll be able to use our portal to view quality documentation, status updates, and more. All Flexpipe installs must be done by a trained and certified installer who has taken our super user course and has had a minimum of 3 field follow-ups to confirm their competence. During the super user course, we typically introduce the mobile app and give a brief overview. If you're an operator who uses contractors to install Flexpipe, or you're a contractor interested in using Flexpipe Pulse, you'll need to first require that all Flexpipe certified installers use Pulse for your projects. Then you'll need to direct them to us for some brief training on how to use Pulse, which should take about an hour. And finally, you'll need to continuously advocate for Pulse as the documentation standard for your projects. As you can see, with minimal time and effort, you can digitize your pipeline installation experience and reap the benefits of enhanced quality, improved traceability, and more holistic risk management. All you need to do is simply make the decision to embrace progress. Join us in shaping the future of pipeline installation. Please reach out to your contact at Flexpipe if you want to get started on using Flexpipe Pulse. Or you can reach out to me directly at my email on screen and linked in the QR code, and I'll be happy to chat with you about how we can get your company onboarded. Thank you for your time, everybody. I'll hand it back to our moderator, Luke.
Thanks, Silman. and thank you for joining us to learn about digitizing pipeline installations with Flexpipe Pulse. We now have some time for a Q&A session. Please submit your questions using the Q&A panel within the toolbar of the webinar screen. Let's get started. Looks like our first question is, how does the app work in remote areas, and do I need a cell phone signal?
So our app is designed to work in areas without any cell reception. The only thing is that you will need to get assigned a job by a admin, someone who has access to the web portal. So in order to get assigned a job and in order to submit all of your job information, you will need cellular reception or Wi-Fi. How our own technicians do it is before they leave for a job, they'll sync their app, they'll get the job assigned to them. And then when they're on site, if there's no cellular reception, that's okay. They'll upload everything offline locally onto the app. And once they're back at the hotel or back at home or at a gas station where they have reception, they'll sync their apps again, and then they'll be able to upload all of the installation documents and progress that they just did.
Perfect. Thanks, Silman. Got another one here, and it is, how is my information protected, and is the data secure?
So we use a typical kind of encryption method that a lot of different platforms, digital platforms use. So it's standard data encryption, and that prevents kind of other outsiders from being able to attack and be able to get your data. We also have authentication. So all of our users get usernames and passwords, and that allows them to be able to only access their data for their company. We use a platform that also has its own cybersecurity mechanisms to be able to protect any other kind of attempts at attacking the platform in general. So there's a few different ways that the data is secure, and yeah, that's obviously very important to us. So we make sure that your data will not be compromised.
Excellent. Thanks, Silman. It sounds like it's very secure. Got another one here. Can I contact customer support through the app?
Yeah, so you can click on the help section on the app, and that'll take you to our internal IT ticketing system where you can submit a ticket. Our recommendation is, if you're using the app, you probably have a contact at Flexpipe, most likely a project coordinator or an account manager. It's probably faster to reach out to them, and they can reach out to my team, and we can help support you with whatever help you need. If there's any issues with the app, with the system, with your access, whatever you need, we'll be there to help you.
Thanks, Silman. One more here. Do my contractors need Pulse-specific training?
Yes. So your contractors that are certified to install Flexpipe, they'll probably be aware of the app. We do go over it briefly during the training, but they will probably need a little bit more hands-on training with the app to learn about the process. It's fairly simple. It is more of a step-by-step process. It follows the installation process, the methodology on the app. But it shouldn't take longer than an hour, and we'll be there to kind of help them, and we should be able to get it done through a Teams call in most situations.
Sounds great. Got one more popped up. Can we use Pulse 24/7? I guess meaning, can we use it on the weekend?
Yeah, so the app works offline, so you can use it whenever you want. So it is available 24/7. Same thing with the platform, the web portal. The entire system's available 24/7 for you to use at your convenience whenever you want.
And I guess I got one more here, and it is, will our information be stored forever, or how long will it be stored?
The information will be stored for as long as the platform's available. Our life of our pipelines is 20 years, depending on the product. It's around 20 years. So obviously, we're not going to be, deleting your information before the pipeline, if the pipeline is still in service. But yeah, we'll store the information for as long as our pipe is still in service. We'll also be like, if there is an issue, like we can also provide you that data for download, so you can have that offline. So that's always an option too.
Thanks, Soman. Looks like we got one more, and is it available in Spanish?
We don't currently have a Spanish version of the app, but with enough demand, we could definitely do Spanish. We could do whatever language is required by our users.
Okay, thanks a lot. Looks like we're pretty much done with the Q&A section, and we're eating up our time here. So as a reminder, the recording of the webinar will be emailed to all attendees and available on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions that weren't answered today, please don't hesitate to contact Soman by using the QR code on the screen or by reaching out to your project coordinator or account manager. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. Have a great day.